Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Wharton School, thank you for welcoming us to your centennial celebration. So what are we talking about today? A story of success. How the UAE became #1 by 2071. But let's start with the story of Fatima. Fatima turned 10 years old at the centennial celebration. What is Fatima's life like? Well, she loves visiting her cousins in New York City, a short 30-minute flight away. Her mother discovered the cure to cancer working at Jumeirah Hospital. And her father leads the highly productive artificial intelligence division at Fly Dubai, the pride of the UAE's airline industry. No one uses petrol stations anymore, so Fatima doesn't know what gas stations are. All the cars and roads are interconnected in a smart interface, so there's never traffic jams or accidents. And Fatima's home is eco-friendly and wind-powered, just like all the buildings around her. Fatima's favorite thing to do every year is visit the 8th Emirate on Mars, Al Zayed. She gets to visit once a year, in the way that older people used to go to Disneyland. And Fatima is proud to be part of the greatest country on earth, the UAE. So how did the UAE become #1 by 2071? This was done through a core focus on 4 impact areas: the economy, education, happiness, and government. Let's talk first about the economy. The Emirate government focused on 3 core pillars to underlie its economic vision: agriculture and biotechnology, energy and the environment, and infrastructure and transportation. Each of these visions was underpinned by achievable targets set between 2018 and 2031 that paved the way for the economic leadership that the UAE government achieved by 2071. For example, the government established a core partnership with SpaceX to fuel a mission to Mars, which led to the ultimate creation of Al Zayed. They focused on promoting energy efficiency through LEED certification of all buildings, and electrified all forms of transportation by 2031. The government took on similar leadership roles in the pillar of education, changing the fundamental tenets of learning by focusing towards a learning system based on knowledge transfer and shifting the role of the teacher. The government invested heavily in codifying all information into a digital downloadable interface, such that all accessible information was able to be seamlessly downloaded onto each student's brain, with an ultimate vision of a brain-computer interface by 2071. The fundamental role of the teacher shifted from transferring skills and facts towards personalized learning plans, adjusted to fulfill the learning goals of each student in a way that used artificial intelligence and helped students realize their full potential. The ultimate role was a purposeful, impactful, and empathetic learning system that created a global leadership role for the Emirates in the field of education. The government also built upon the strong foundation laid by the Minister of Happiness to cement its role as the global leader. This was supported by use of artificial intelligence to enable tolerance building, promoting ongoing citizen feedback, and shifting the healthcare system from palliative to preventative care, using data and analytics to do so. In the field of tolerance building, the government enabled artificial intelligence to create citizen avatars, promoting dialogue and feedback between different types of groups of people, with an ultimate vision of the elimination of discrimination of any sort by 2071. The government was highly responsive to citizen feedback, focusing on establishing dialogue between the citizenry and the leadership, and used that to cement its global rankings and course correct wherever problems arose. And lastly, the healthcare system shifted from one based on palliative care towards preventing and preventable diseases with early and rapid identification. And this led to an ultimate physical, mental, and philosophical well-being of the whole population. And lastly, the UAE built on its strong foundational government by creating an even stronger global leadership role for itself and being more responsive to the needs of the citizen population. This was done through digitizing all services, promoting a greater global leadership role, and investing heavily in infrastructure. Digital identity was a core pillar of the government's goals, with a move towards putting all records onto distributed ledger technology and leveraging the blockchain to provide unrivaled digital services. The global leadership role that the UAE already had in 2018 was further heightened by attaining a permanent seat on the UN Security Council, playing a larger role in conflict resolution. And so with that, this is a world that Fatima is proud to live in. And we, on behalf of the Wharton School, thank you for having us at your centennial celebration.